Hello and welcome to Our Year with the Ears, our daily vlog where we relive our year living in the Walt Disney World resorts in 2019. Today is day 74.
We had planned to have an early start to our day. However, with the late night that we had last night, that did not happen. We all chose sleep over getting up early. And so we are supposed to go to Hollywood Studios and we are missing a couple of our FastPasses, but we really needed sleep after the long day we had and then the very late night. So Robert and I got ready for the day, and while my mom and sister were getting ready, I went downstairs to the front desk at the villas just to let them know about the glitch in the system, because we did check in yesterday morning. They did ask me all the normal questions you get when you're checking in, so we thought we were checked in, but clearly there was an issue. Somewhere in the system there was a glitch. I just thought they should know. The cast member was really sweet and he apologized and asked me some more questions about the day, what our plans were. So I told him, well, we had some fast passes scheduled, but we really needed some sleep after all that, so we're just gonna schedule something else. He goes, oh no, here are 3 fast passes for all 4 of you so that you don't have to reschedule. Now you can go to the park when you need to. And he also offered to pay for the lunch that we had booked later that day, which was incredibly sweet. He apologized for the inconvenience. He was very kind, and I thought that he went above and beyond with all that, which was really appreciative because we were so tired last night, and then when everything happened, it was really sweet that he tried to accommodate for that.
Yeah, I mean, the fast passes, it's kind of not surprising they do that. They tend to give you fast passes anytime there's a big inconvenience like that, and that's totally fine. We didn't get to use them this morning, so we'll have fast passes. That's cool. But the buying lunch thing was above and beyond, well more than we expected, which was really cool.
I thanked him and went back up to our room and did let everyone know that we don't have to rush this morning to try and get to that 3rd fast pass, because we do now have 3 fast passes we can use, which was amazing. And of course let them know about lunch as well. Robert stayed behind to get some work done while my mom's sister and I went to the park. And we're going to Hollywood Studios today. We're very excited because there are a lot of things that we love at Hollywood Studios.
I'm excited because we're having lunch at 50's Primetime, and that is one of my favorite restaurants because it's just so much fun with the antics of the servers, and then the food is good, kind of comfort food. But that's later in the afternoon, and until then I'm going to be here at the resort working. I have several calls scheduled today and a lot of work I'm trying to get done, so I figured it's probably easier to work from the room than trying to do it walking around the park with them. So I'm just going to hang out at the resort until closer to lunchtime, then I'm going to head over and meet them at the park.
The 3 of us took the bus over to Hollywood Studios, and the first thing we had on our list today was the Frozen sing-along. We all love this, but my mom really loves the Frozen sing-along. She loves all the jokes, she loves the singing, it's so much fun. And this is a really nice, calm way to start the day because she doesn't love the big rides there. That's more the speed for the rest of us. So we're gonna let her enjoy the show for the first part of the day. After the show, we did go take some pictures with Mickey and Minnie. Sorcerer Mickey all dressed up. He looks
So
awesome,
cool.
of course. And Hollywood Minnie in her amazing gown that I love so much. She's so decked out. So we took pictures there and then made our way across the park over to take some pictures with Kylo Ren, because my mom does have that Disney Visa card, and this is that special character you can take pictures with in Hollywood Studios. After getting some kind of scary pictures with Kylo Ren, we headed over because it is time for Beauty and the Beast live on stage, and this is another cannot miss. My mom loves this one, we all do, but she really loves this one, and we know we're going to be riding rides later and she won't get to enjoy those as much, so we're going to do some things that she enjoys. And I just love all the songs in this, all the characters, the colors, the costumes, and it's something we never miss.
About the time the Beauty and the Beast show was ending, I got to the park and was waiting for them at the exit of the show because number 1, I don't want to miss lunch. I'm going to be there for that. But number 2, I want to ride at least one ride before we go eat. I want to ride Rock and Roller Coaster. Not best on a full stomach, so I figured it was good to ride it right before we go eat. Now, of course, Alyssa doesn't ride that, and her mom doesn't ride it either. So her sister and I went and rode Rock and Roller Coaster using one of those fast passes that we had. Of course, there was basically no line thanks to the fast pass, and we got right on. Absolutely loved it. It's one of my favorite rides, if not my favorite ride at all of the parks. So I was really glad we got to ride this one today. Then we headed over towards 50's Primetime for our lunch reservation, and I was so ready for this.
On the way, they did have the March of the First Order, which was such a fun surprise. I know it was a scheduled thing, but half the time we didn't know what time it was anyway. And so we did get to see the Stormtroopers and Phasma come through. And then I did try taking a video of some people wearing yellow shirts, but then the stormtroopers came back through again and got in my video. So that was a little rude. But
so rude.
It happens, I guess.
When we got over to 50's Primetime Cafe, they sat us quickly, thankfully, because I was very hungry. Went ahead and started off with an appetizer, the fried herb cheese. Oh my goodness, that was so
Very
good. It came with some bread and some grapes, and it was just amazing. Absolutely love that. And of course, I can't go to 50's without getting the peanut butter and jelly milkshake. Now, that thing is delicious. So we ordered the milkshake as my drink and the appetizer to get things started. And then we placed our order for the entrees, which actually came very quickly this time. And I was, again, not upset about that at all. I got the stuffed pork chop. It's a pork chop stuffed with Gouda cheese. And oh my goodness, is it delicious. It's a huge portion. One of my favorite things on the menu, although I've never had anything there I don't like. So I guess there's that.
That's true.
And then Alyssa got the chicken pot pie, and of course it was delicious as well.
Oh, it was so good.
Not your traditional pot pie though, because it's not all self-contained. It's like a pie crust laid on top of all the toppings.
It's supposed to be made in-house. It was very enjoyable, very good.
Really
I really
flaky.
liked it, and it wasn't super heavy, which I didn't want something super heavy, knowing we're going to continue riding rides today. I don't want to get sick while I'm out.
And Mom, we actually got a couple things for her entree because she and Elena were sharing. She got the chicken noodle soup from the appetizer menu, and she also got the sampler, which came with fried chicken, roast beef, and meatloaf, as well as a couple vegetables. Tons of food there for the two of them to share, more than they needed. Our portions were more than we needed. We knew we were going to have leftovers from this, but that's okay because we don't mind eating leftovers, especially when the food is this good.
And even though we were incredibly full, there is always room for dessert, especially here at 50's Primetime because all the food is so good. So we ordered chocolate cake and it came with ice cream, and we got a chocolate brownie that also came with ice cream. There's kind of a pattern there. We really like chocolate.
I'd say between you and your sister and your mom, the chocolate was inevitable for the desserts. If I wanted something that was my own, I should have ordered something that wasn't chocolate because that's the only way I'm going to get to eat it myself.
But it was all really good, so I mean, you can't complain.
It was really good. Now, once we were done eating there at 50's Primetime, we headed over to the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular. This was super exciting because we had become friends with a cast member who used to work at the Indiana Jones show. He's now working somewhere else, but he still has friends there, so he brought us back over there with him and said, hey, I want my friends here to sit in this special section right down front, right beside the control booth. It was really cool.
It was awesome.
Great seats for the show. And of course, I brought my camera, so I got some amazing pictures of the show while we were there. And one of the coolest parts was after the show, we got to meet a couple of the cast members from the show. They came by and said hello. And one of them that came by was the strongman, the giant guy who's out there beating up Indiana Jones in the show. And when you're watching the show, you don't really understand how gigantic this man truly is. Then you meet him in person and you realize that literally everyone in his life looks up to him.
He's huge, and he came over and we just kind of did one of these the whole time when you're talking to him because he's so tall. And we thought it would be fun to take a picture, so I stood back to back next to the strong man, and I'm pretty sure his arm is the size of my head. That's how big this guy is, and it was so cool to actually see him up close and not really far away in the show. I mean, you can tell he's a big guy next to everyone else, but I'm kind of short anyway. You put me next to him and it was just like...
You look like a child, like a
I did.
little
Like a little child.
But I will say, he was also the nicest guy in the world.
He is.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, he was so sweet to talk to, and we just enjoyed asking him questions about the show, and he took plenty of time talking to us. It was so kind. After that really awesome experience there at the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular, we made our way over to Toy Story Land because we haven't ridden any of the rides in here yet. We did take some pictures with the big sign that says Toy Story Land before heading in, and we rode Slinky Dog Dash, which, I mean, you have to ride. It's such a great ride.
It's so fun. It's not a super high thrill roller coaster, but it's a fun roller coaster.
It is. It's just
I really
fun.
enjoy
Like,
it.
going up and down constantly. I really enjoy it. Then we rode Alien Swirling Saucer, and this one we had way more fun on than we probably should have. But Robert had brought the alien popcorn bucket that we had, so we strapped him in the ride with us so he was nice and tight. And then we ended up taking him out of the seatbelt anyway and just making some fun videos with him while the ride was going.
I mean, I felt like it was appropriate. We're riding the Alien Swirling Saucers ride. We have the alien with us. It was perfect. Why not?
It was really adorable. Then we made our way over to the Incredibles Pixar Place area because now we need to try some of those snacks because Robert has someone to share them with.
I mean, it's been a couple hours since we ate lunch and we're all kind of a little hungry, right? So we went over and got a Jack Jack Num Num cookie, of course, one of Alyssa's favorite treats. And she's probably not going to eat all of it right now because we are planning to see Fantasmic in just a little while. So that'd be something worth hanging on to for Fantasmic. And then I got the Frozone slush, the blue raspberry slush that comes with whipped cream on top and Pop Rocks on it. Pop Rocks are such a great addition. They really are. And I thought, you know what? If I'm ever going to get this, now's the time to get it because, again, I have people to share it with. Mom wasn't that big of a fan of it, but that's okay. Elena was. So we shared the slushie on our way over towards Fantasmic. But then we got over there and we're like, you know what? We've got a little while until Fantasmic. We should ride Tower of Terror.
Yay!
And Mom said, go ahead. I'll wait down here because Mom does not ride Tower of Terror. We're barely able to get her on things like Splash Mountain, so Tower of Terror is completely out.
That was a no. But she still had a good time because she went and got herself a cream cheese stuffed pretzel, which is one of her favorite snacks. So she got that while we rode Tower of Terror. Then we made our way into Fantasmic. We've got snacks. We're kind of early, but everyone comes early because this place fills up. But one of the best parts about Fantasmic is all the fun you have before the show even starts.
Yeah.
Everyone had their phones out with the lights on, they're singing songs. It was the best time.
I can't tell you a time that I've been there for Fantasmic when someone hasn't started the wave and gone all the way back and forth across every single time. It doesn't even have to be a cast member starting it. Just random guests in the crowd will start doing it, and the next thing you know, the entire auditorium is doing it, which is just so cool. And of course, the show itself, Fantasmic, is amazing. I love this show. This is one of my favorite nighttime shows to take pictures of. Even though it's not heavy on the fireworks side of things, it's just fun because I can take pictures of Mickey and the giant snake and the dragon and all these different cool things that I normally wouldn't be able to for nighttime shows. Normally it's just fireworks stuff. So it's a lot of fun to try to take pictures. Of course, I had my camera, so I took a ton of pictures. And again, most of them didn't turn out, but a few of them did, and I was really happy I had my camera that night.
It only takes a few, and then you have some awesome pictures to share with people. So
True.
He takes hundreds of pictures, but then we only show you the few good ones because that would be a lot to show you after all that.
Yeah, you don't want to see all the pictures I messed up. Just the good ones. Just look at the good ones and pretend like those are the only ones. It's like Instagram. You only see the good parts, and it's totally fine. Anyway, that was the end of our day there at Hollywood Studios. So we headed back to Grand Floridian to wrap up our night. So we will see you tomorrow
For our Year with the Ears.